We're here with Coach Tom Jessee of the UT women's basketball team. Coach, coming into the season, what were your expectations for the team?
Well, obviously we got a lot of new people, so we felt like our theme needed to be that we're in a rebuilding year. We had to get things back to what we have defined here as a Spartan way. We lost some traction last year due to that and didn't have the kind of year we expected. For whatever reasons, we won't make excuses. So we felt like that with a strong recruiting class, we wanted to emphasize our girls' tradition and that they had to represent us and get our program back to the Spartan way, the way we become accustomed to doing things here. And to this point, they've done a good job with it.
With all the newcomers, how has the team gelled so far?
Well, that's a working process always when you got this many people new. It's a process when they don't have this many new people, but for the most part, they've really been well ahead of the curve in regards to getting it done. The chemistry's been good both off the court and on the court. Again, that doesn't normally happen with that many new people, but give them credit. They've worked hard at it. I think a lot of it has to do with they're rooming together. A lot of the girls are sharing rooms together, so that's helped create some bonds and friendships there early in the season that typically didn't happen. But I think it's the character of the kids too. We got just a super group of kids that do get along very well. But that's easy to say when you're 7-0. We'll find out if we face adversity. Hopefully we don't lose a game and we don't have to face that adversity. But we'll see. At this point, we're very pleased with it.
Like you said, you started the season perfect 7-0. How does the good start help coming up with the SSC games?
Well, we tell our team each year that the basketball schedule is really 3 seasons. There's a non-conference part of that schedule, there's the conference part of that schedule, and then there's the conference tournament. So there are 3 separate entities that makes up our complete schedule. So we put emphasis on the non-conference part that we're in currently, that we want to play great competition. We wanted to be on the road more this year than we were last year because we struggled on the road to win in our own conference last year. We thought some of that might be from not having been on the road enough. And the second part is we want to make sure that when we open up against a conference opponent, that first night that we play a conference team, that won't be the best team we played up to that point. And so as it stands now, we feel real comfortable with what we've done and how we've approached things in regards to the schedule and in regards to non-conference. But the league's always tough. It's one of the most balanced leagues we've had in a long time from top to bottom. I think we saw a few nights ago our preseason last place team beats our preseason first place team. So that tells you exactly where the talent level lies in our conference.
With the newcomers on your team never playing in the SSC before, who are you looking to most on your team from returners to prepare them for the competition?
Well, it has to be our one senior and junior. We call them they're Batman and Robin in this situation. It would be Mariah Hodge and Alyssa Vivo. There are the 2 returning players from last year that lived through that process last year, and their basketball skills are very good, but their leadership skills are what this group needs. As you said, preparing for conference play. How do you travel? How in the conference? By the time we get around to those teams, people know scouting reports are so in depth. Every era gets magnified. So those 2 young ladies will be who not just ourselves as a staff, but the teammates will look to for knowledge, for leadership, for wisdom as we play each of those games, both home and away in the league.
Can you talk about your impact players and if anyone not from last year has taken leadership this year?
Well, again, the two leaders are Mo and Alyssa Vivo. They're supposed to be. We tend to turn our reins over, our leadership roles over to returning people. That's what the objective is in our system. We do run a complete system, so the offense and the defensive scheme of things is hard for any individual just to be highlighted in. That's been the beauty so far. We've got a great deal of balance. The new players have blended well. The 2 veterans have accepted those new players and embraced their role in sharing the basketball and scoring the basketball and distributing it, on a nightly basis based on our system, not on their individual skills. So we're really excited with the skill set of the group. As they continue to play together, I think they got a chance to be special. How special? That's yet to be determined.
You've coached here many years. Can you talk about how it is to be playing in the new facility with all the upgrades in the gym, training rooms, locker rooms?
Yeah, I mean, we now got a wow factor. When you come in there, when you pull your bus up to the front of the building, you don't have to come in the building. when you come up to the front of it now, there's a wow factor with all the additions from the outside of the expansion and the bricking of the building. And then when you open those doors and come inside the hallway, you continue to be wowed all the way through the building. So that's exciting for our current players that knew what the old building was like. The new players, they think this is normal, and we made sure we make them aware that this is not the way it used to be. Don't take these things for granted. But I think its best values lie ahead for us in regards to recruiting. When we bring a recruit into our building now, nobody has any better facilities than we have. So it won't be, hey, bells and whistles are better over at this place than at Tampa. So we believe we can take another notch, step up another notch in recruiting the talent level that we want. And so time will tell that at this point. But we're really, really excited. We couldn't be happier for our fans, for the alumni to come back. Have all been so jealous about it. And I remind those guys, they are the ones who helped create these situations from what they've done in the past. And we thank, obviously, Dr. Vaughn and all those people who are involved in helping change the whole culture here for us.
Again, Coach Jessee for the UT women's basketball team, thank you.
Thank you.
We're here with junior Elisa Vivo and senior Mariah Hodge. Elisa, with so many newcomers and transfers that you haven't played with before, can you talk about how close the team is this year?
We're actually really close. Pretty much everybody, we're with each other all the time, and we started out doing a lot of activities together to make sure that people got to know each other, and I think that we're gelling pretty well, and on the court we're getting along well, but we still have ways to go as far as learning our chemistry and stuff.
Mariah, can you talk about the trip to California and what the team did on that trip, along with any interesting stories that have happened?
Sure. We went to San Diego, California, and we ended up winning both of our games, one in double overtime, which was pretty exciting, and we just made a really great trip out of it overall. And Coach Jessee, he took us to the beach one day. We went a little bit sightseeing, and it was really neat because my family lives in California, which is pretty far away, and they got to come and see me as well. So that was pretty nice for me individually. But as a team, I think that's where we actually started to grow a little bit more and really push for our success from there. So,
Lisa, anything you can add to that?
Well, to add on to our sightseeing, we got to see the crazy wild man of Coach Jessee. He took us to a local beach where all the surfers went, and he was just all over the place. So, it was a lot of fun. I got to show the girls that, he could be fun off the court as well. So I think we all got together better that way.
Being two of the few returners to this year's team, you also played in the old facility. Can you talk about how it is to play in our new facility with the new amenities?
I just think it's like completely different atmosphere. I feel like it's brought in a little bit more fans, and compared to last year, it's just nicer to play in a nicer facility overall. And
Yeah, it definitely feels better, like, playing here. Like, it kind of shows that we're, one of the nicer schools out of our conference. So, we deserve to show that, we're at that level that we can play. We have, like, all this nice facility and everything that we should be playing at that level too.
Again, with you two being two of the few returners this year, what advice and what are you guys doing in practice to help your freshmen and incoming transfers do to prepare for the SSC opponents?
I think we're just really trying to work on, our everything all around that we're going to do on the court, because when it's a different team, the conference, there's different situations, different defenses that we need to play. So, for the freshmen, really just to keep in mind that when it comes to conference play, it's anybody's ball game any night, so we have to be prepared for every opponent that we have.
I agree with that, and just take it game by game, because every team in our conference is very competitive, and anything can happen any night. So preparing is a big thing, and keeping a positive attitude in practice and always working hard in every drill is really going to help us succeed.